Hello friends, I'm Kush. Welcome back to Book Bites Club. Today, we're going to dive into a book that will blow your mind and change the way you think about business. The book is called Rework by Jason Fried and David Hansson. Now, let me hit you with some real talk. You would have heard this advice. Go and get your MBA, write a 50-page plan, and work 80 hours a week until you die. Sounds familiar, isn't it? Well, here's the kicker. Jason and David built a $100 million company by throwing this advice out of the window. Yeah, you heard it right. No long meeting, no complicated strategies, and no soul-crushing working hours. Instead, Rework is a cheat sheet to work less to accomplish more. In Jason's word, throw out the business plan, don't work 80 hours a week, and forget about the meetings. Think for a second. World is busy, either over-planning or overworking. These guys will cut you through the nonsense. They will help you to focus on what truly matters and help you build something amazing. And that too, without burning out. In today's video, we're going to cover three things. First, why planning is well overrated. Yeah, you heard it right. Second, how working less can actually help you accomplish more. And third, why over-obsession about the competition is just wasted of time. So if you are sick of the endless meetings, emails, Zoom calls, and you feel you're stuck in a hamster wheel, this video is for you because it could help you to build your business from the scratch. So go and grab a pen and a copy and your favorite coffee as we go deep dive into the 7 key learnings into this book. So let's start.
1. Planning is guessing. Stop overthinking, start doing. Let's get real. Most business plans are just wild guesses dressed up in spreadsheets and bullet points. You can't predict what will happen in 6 months, let alone 6 years. So why waste hours on a 50-page document that will be obsolete once real life kicks in? Jason and David argue that planning too much is like trying to predict the weather for your beach vacation a year in advance. It's just not happening. Instead of planning everything to death, their advice is simple. Start with what you know and figure the rest out as you go. The faster you get moving, the quicker you'll realize what works and what doesn't. Example. When Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, he wasn't sitting in his dorm room writing a 10-year strategy to take over the world. Nope. He just wanted to build a cool tool for college students to connect, and the rest? He winged it, adjusting along the way. Spoiler alert, it worked out pretty well for him. Takeaway. Plans are just guesses. The only thing you can do is start now and adjust later. Jason Fried. Stop overthinking and start doing. Plans are great in theory, but action is what brings results. So jump in, make mistakes, and learn along the way. You'll figure out the details as you go, trust me. 2. Meetings are time suckers. Cut the fat. Let's be real. Meetings are the vampires of productivity. They suck the energy out of your day and leave you wondering, couldn't this have been a 2-sentence email? Jason and David are on a mission to free you from the tyranny of the never-ending meeting. Because honestly, most meetings are just an excuse to delay real work. Instead of gathering around a conference table for 30 minutes of, let's circle back to that and we need to synergize, their advice is simple. Have fewer meetings. When you absolutely have to meet, make it short, focused, and get straight to the action. No more meeting for the sake of meeting. Example. Take Elon Musk, the king of efficiency. He once told his employees that if they're in a meeting and not contributing, they're free to leave. Seriously, he's all about cutting the fat and keeping things moving. No endless discussions, just decisions and action. Takeaway. The more meetings you have, the less work gets done. Jason Fried. Meetings are productivity killers. If it can be solved in an email, do that instead. And if you absolutely have to meet, make it quick, make it useful, and get out of there. 3. Be a doer, not a talker. Execution over ideas. Here's the deal. Ideas are cheap. Everyone's got them. You know what's rare? Actually doing something about them. Jason and David make it clear that it's not the idea that matters. It's the execution. The world doesn't need more people sitting around talking about what they could do. It needs more people doing. If you've got an idea, stop dreaming about it, stop writing down endless to-do lists, and just start. The magic happens when you execute, not when you brainstorm. Example. Richard Branson didn't sit around for years talking about starting Virgin Airlines. He saw an opportunity, acted on it, and launched it fast. He didn't have all the answers, but he knew execution was key. Takeaway. Ideas are easy. Execution is everything. Jason Fried. Don't get stuck in the endless cycle of ideas. Take action, make mistakes, and learn as you go. You'll figure things out along the way. 4. Don't be a hero. Workaholism is not a badge of honor. Working 80 hours a week doesn't make you a hero. It makes you exhausted. Jason and David want to debunk the myth that more hours equals more success. In reality, working non-stop just makes you less productive and, let's face it, grumpier. Instead, focus on working smarter, not harder. It's not about how many hours you put in, it's about the results you get. So put down the coffee, step away from the keyboard, and take a break. Your brain will thank you, and so will your work. Example. Tim Ferriss built his 4-hour workweek empire on this very principle. Maximize efficiency and minimize work time. He didn't get caught in the hustle culture trap, and look where it got him. Takeaway. Working more doesn't mean working better. Be productive, not busy. Jason Fried. Stop glorifying overwork. Focus on being productive in the hours you have, and then enjoy your life. Burnout isn't a business strategy. 5. Learning from failure is overrated. Get it right the first time. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to fail to succeed. Jason and David aren't fans of the whole fail fast, fail often mantra. Sure, you'll make mistakes, but the goal should always be to get it right the first time. Don't go out there aiming to fail. Go out there aiming to succeed, and correct course if things go wrong. Mistakes will happen, but don't romanticize failure like it's a badge of honor. Instead, focus on doing things well from the get-go. Example. Steve Jobs was obsessed with getting it right, especially when it came to products like the iPhone. Sure, Apple made mistakes, but Jobs' obsession with quality from day one is what led to the brand's iconic success. Takeaway. Failure isn't the goal. Success is. Aim to get it right the first time. Jason Fried. Don't romanticize failure. Yes, you'll learn from mistakes, but always aim to get things right the first time. You'll save yourself time, money, and headaches. 6. Ignore the competition. Focus on your own path. Obsessing over your competition is like trying to run a race while constantly looking at the other runners. You'll trip, lose focus, and slow yourself down. Jason and David argue that instead of worrying about what your competitors are doing, you should focus on doing your thing better. Innovate, improve, and let your competition worry about you. The truth is, if you spend all your time copying others or reacting to their moves, you'll never have the chance to create something unique. Example. Netflix didn't become a global streaming giant by copying Blockbuster. They focused on their own vision and transformed the entertainment industry while Blockbuster was stuck in the past. Takeaway. Don't waste time watching your competitors. Focus on making your product or service the best it can be. Jason Fried. Keep your eyes on your own path. Let your competitors copy you, not the other way around. 7. Big isn't better. Stay small and nimble. Everyone thinks growth is the ultimate goal, but Jason and David argue that small is beautiful. Staying small means you can stay agile, make quick decisions, and avoid the bureaucracy that comes with a bloated company. Bigger isn't always better. In fact, it often leads to slower decisions, less innovation, and a whole lot of headaches. The goal shouldn't be to become huge. It should be to stay nimble and focus on what matters most, delivering value to your customers. Example. Look at Basecamp, the company run by the authors. They intentionally stayed small even though they could have scaled up. Why? Because staying small lets them move faster, stay closer to their customers, and avoid corporate bloat. Takeaway. Big isn't better. Small businesses can move faster, stay lean, and focus on what really matters. Jason Fried. Don't aim to be the next big thing. Aim to be the next nimble thing. Staying small and focused is often the best way to stay innovative and profitable. Conclusion. And there you have it. 7 key lessons from Rework that might just make you rethink everything about how you work. Who knew that cutting meetings, ignoring the competition, and not working yourself into the ground could actually lead to more success? Turns out, hustling smarter, not harder, is the way to go. So what have we learned today? Planning is just fancy guessing, meetings are evil, and workaholics aren't heroes. They're just really tired. But more importantly, you don't need to follow the traditional business rules to crush it. Sometimes the best way to get ahead is to break the rules and do things your own way. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter and staying focused on what matters most. Jason Fried. If you're ready to ditch the old school grind and join the smart hustle movement, hit subscribe. Get bite-sized wisdom from the best business books. Until next time, keep it simple, stay creative, and most importantly, stop overthinking everything.